A stranger danger got my girlfriend pregnant, so I told her it's either me or the baby. 2 months ago, my girlfriend was intimately assaulted in a park. She didn't want to report it and went into a full breakdown, refusing to speak to the police or go to the hospital. I couldn't force her, so I just stayed with her. She was obviously in a really terrible state, and I've been by her side, listening to her, and helping her. We went to therapy, and she knows I'm there for her. She has a history of depression, and I've been really worried. Last week, we found out she was pregnant. Prior to the assault, I was abroad for work for around 2 months, so the baby definitely isn't mine. She is 100% sure it's the assaulters. So we had a discussion. Keep in mind she is a devout Catholic. Initially, we decided to uninstall the baby, but after she spoke to her mother, she has decided to keep the baby, saying that it isn't the baby's fault. I flat out told her that I would not help raise the baby of a guy who intimately assaulted her. She cried and begged me not to leave. I told her she is the one making the choice. Either she keeps the baby and I leave, or she uninstalls the baby and I stay. I would not let this go. She didn't want either of those things to happen, so I told her we were done. I feel terrible. Update 1. Yesterday, I received a call from my girlfriend. She was crying, and she begged me to listen to her. I told her that I still care for her and that I'll obviously listen to what she has to say. She told me that a few days after I told her we were done, she called up her mother to talk about this. Apparently, what happened before was that she had pretty much decided on uninstalling the baby, but then when she spoke to her mother told her that under no circumstances should she uninstall, and that I was actually manipulating her to do so. Her mother went on to say that if she uninstalled the child, she would no longer consider my girlfriend as her daughter. After I left her, my girlfriend called her mom up to talk about what went on. My girlfriend said that she desperately wanted to go through with the operation, and her mother again said that if she does so, this is the last time they will ever speak again. She broke down on the phone, and her mother kept asking her what she was going to do. The conversation then ended when my girlfriend said she didn't know. Then she started texting. After a few hours of thinking, my girlfriend sent her mom a text saying she was going to do it. She was then blocked. My girlfriend then called me and told me everything. She will have it done in 3 weeks. I discussed this with my girlfriend, and we both completely agreed that I had not manipulated her in any way, and that she appreciated that I put my foot down because had I not, she would have had a baby who would remind her of the worst time of her life. Her words, not mine. She further went on to say that I am the best thing that has ever happened to her, and that she knew that even if she no longer had a mom, if she had me, she could get through this. I broke down at this point. I love her so much. In truth, I probably would have gone back to her and raised the baby with her, even though I knew I'd resent it. I made the original thread to get some backing rather than anything, to see if I had made the right decision. I'm so relieved things have turned out the way they have. Also, screw any mother who places religion over their own child. Friggin' lunatics. Update 2. I was hoping to post here again after the operation, but I thought I should provide an update on some recent events from a mother from the pits of Satan's rectum. On Saturday, I answered my door and stood face to face with 2 police officers. They asked me if I was who I was, and I replied I was. They then said they were looking for my girlfriend. I called her over, and the police officer said that he needs to have a word with her. The officers then split, one taking my girlfriend to the living room and the other took me into my bedroom. The officer who took me started asking me questions about how long my girlfriend had been here, if she had any contact with anyone else, if she had left the house at all, and a few other questions. I answered, and then asked what this was about, but the officer just said they received a report to check in on my girlfriend. I asked who reported, but the officer said he couldn't say. After a while, the other officer was done, and they both left. The moment they left, my girlfriend told me that she was outrightly asked if she was in danger, and if I had been hurting her. She was also asked if she was being held against her will. She said no to everything, of course. She said that the police received a call from her mother saying she might be in danger, and that I could be abusive to her. I was beyond livid. I immediately said I was going to press charges against her. For what? I don't know. Harassment probably? My girlfriend begged me not to, saying that it would all just blow over and that her mom just needs time to calm down. Excuse me? She sent the police to my house to get me arrested. How is that sane thinking? I could lose my job if I were arrested and charged. What the hell is she thinking? I told my girlfriend that if her mother does anything like this again, I will definitely press charges. So, my girlfriend decided on Sunday to talk to her mom to prevent anything like this from happening again. They had a conversation for about 2 minutes, then I started hearing sobs. Immediately, I walked into the room, saw my girlfriend was crying, still holding the phone against her ear. I plucked the phone from her hand and held her for a bit as I heard, "Hello?" from the phone. Then I put it on me and said, "You are a disgrace of a mother," and hung up. I held my girlfriend for what felt like an hour before we started talking. Apparently, the mother was telling my girlfriend that if she continues with the operation she will never see the mother again, or her brother, or her deceased father, who is supposedly in heaven, even though he died a violent alcoholic who abused my girlfriend, because my girlfriend would be going to hell. I told my girlfriend that if she was going to hell, then she should save me a seat, and we'd be nice and toasty together. I love her smile. Update 3. A few days ago, the operation was successfully carried out. My girlfriend said it was pretty painless, and she was able to return home after just a few hours. When she came home, she cried and cried and cried. She says she feels like a huge weight has been lifted, and she can finally look to move on with her life. We took the whole week off work, and yesterday we went camping and it started raining. While in the tent, she talked about how difficult life was sometimes, but she was really glad things turned out the way they did, because even though things were bad, she came out the other side, probably stronger than before. She's amazing, man, seriously. Also, an update on the mother from hell. So my girlfriend received a call from her mom, who was asking if she went through with the operation. My girlfriend and I have an agreement that if her mom calls, then she either hangs up or gives it to me. In this instance, she answered, didn't know what to say, and gave it to me. I told her mom that the operation went perfectly, and smiled as she cursed at me for about a minute. I then said, "How Jesus of you," At which point she hung up. My girlfriend didn't find it funny. Anyway, that's it. Good luck to everyone in their lives.